The thing is, bro, is you've almost reached a point now where you fucking need help. Yeah, I know. He doesn't like hearing this. God, I hate when I
Everyone
should-
needs help.
Yeah, and Joe needs help. He's just finding dependable people. Anyways, we are ready. That's the podcast show.
All right, welcome to the podcast show. My name is Joe, and with me I have my guest host, Roxy.
Not dead. Not dead.
Definitely not dead. Probably going to outlive us all.
God damn it.
Turns
damn
out
it.
smoking and doing meth all those years made him stronger for the apocalypse.
Cocaine, man. I wasn't a meth head. See? That's the whole teeth joke.
Meth is funnier.
Ooh. Okay.
Cocaine makes it sound like you actually had your shit together for a little bit. And
I
had
guess
some kind
ball
of retirement.
cancer is funnier than lung cancer. I can see where you're coming from there.
And we are back. We haven't been able to do a whole lot of episodes, because of life and all that shit. So we are going to shoot an episode and talk about the Dope Show coming up this Saturday, October 22nd at the Roxy Theater at 7 p.m.
How many is that now?
Fuck, I don't know.
At least 6.
6 at least.
Yeah, at least 6. It always seems like double that because each show is a micro double show. Like I literally forgot I was going back up when I did mine. I was wandering around, hanging out with my family. You've already seen this guy, and I was like, uh-oh, shit. No, it's an amazing show, and it's funny as fuck, especially when they get people on it that cannot handle their weed, which I think I might now be one of. But those are the best. It's a fucking train wreck, and it's funny to see anxiety and have everybody laugh at you about it. The society needs more of that.
Yeah, the headliner for this Saturday doesn't really smoke that much at all, actually, anymore. So,
Is that Roger?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, he's retired. He actually has a whole bit about how, because of that fucking thing, he's never smoked a weed again, and then, pulled him back in, so...
He says, I've retired from the Dope Show. The weed's too powerful. And I'm like, man, we got to give you a retirement show if you're going to retire from the Dope Show.
I actually love that you just said that, because my whole say... I'm doing okay, guys. I just sent a coffee filter because that's what I had to grab while I was on my way here.
I
I'm
can
not...
think of worse things.
Yeah,
That
the
looks
up
nice.
your butt. It's
nice.
actually, that's what's great about it. This is my point. So, I recently am no longer a pot dealer. I am cooking again, much to my physical and mental detriment. And also, through all the shit that I went through, I've gone through some changes, and I cut back on weed dramatically. Which led me one day while I was sitting in the weed store getting ready to buy some very high quality, very high potent stuff. It takes me 1 or 2 hits now to get high. And I decided to experiment and get some lower dollar stuff. And it got me just as high. So I just want to put that out there. Now this Miracle Alien Cookie, my girlfriend goes out and picks this shit up in Squamish, that little weed store by the casino. And it's 135 Miracle Alien Cookies, 26% still, which is actually a little bit more than I like. And whole ounce of it for like...
Is that from heaven?
No, it's I don't even know who it is. It looks like generic as fuck, but it's great weed. Look at it.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
wait, here, so you can have that one.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's delicious. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's nice. All right, so for the joint I have for us to smoke, or for me to smoke, is different. I have the Fire Bros, and it's the ice cream sherbet. And you have Bacon Buds joint,
yes,
hybrid indica.
yeah. So I'm probably not gonna smoke this. I'm just gonna smoke my weed
Okay.
because I don't, dude. I've something happened, and I get crippling panic attacks when I smoke pot, which for me is nothing against that brand. Or
That's probably too high quality for you. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's the problem. Well, and like literally, I take 1 or 2 hits. Now, there's a thing that's called stoner pride. I identify as a stoner and a metalhead. And it came stoner first and metalhead. A 13-year-old fucking pothead in Alaska. All we did was smoke weed. And it's just who I am. Now, and I don't know if it was just because being in the weed industry kind of makes you look at everything a little differently. COVID took away the buddy system, like people smoking down together. And then there's the dab in the oil industry, and I truly believe we're the last generation to ever smoke weed with fire. Also, I'm 50. I'm an old man now, but I feel like a complete hashtag for not being able to smoke pot like I used to, or sit next to the
It's
mighty
not a
Joe Rogers.
contest.
But it is in the male ego growing up teenage years, which I, who have obviously never grown past, still do.
I've never understood people flexing about out smoking another person. I've never understood that flex.
Your flex is drinking way too much Ray's lemonade on the Dope Show. I don't know where you're gonna go. Pretty soon it's gonna be like, I'm gonna drink one of every flavor before I do this.
I'm gonna do one of every drug before I go up.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Cheers.
Why does Joe keep looking at the floor? He didn't drop anything. The Dope Show. That is fun. I hope to get back on one day. My plans, comedy-wise, are right now to step my foot into the Tacoma waters. Who else is on that show? The Dope Show, Saturday, the 22nd of October at the historic Roxy Theater.
Doors at 7, show at 8, and the lineup is Timmy Booth, Vanessa Dawn, Levi Manis,
Oh, yes.
and Roger Lazola.
Yes.
Hosted by Tyler Smith.
Oh, Tyler's going to be at that one. He wasn't at the one I did, but that's fine. He had 8 of them going, I think, that night. It was literally 420. Levi Manis, I will throw out there, is one of my favorite local comedians. Also, the guy, his name I can never remember, that sounds like Norm Macdonald. He just does the... He talks a certain way. Yeah. There's mirrors everywhere in the bathroom.
He's been on the Dope Show?
No, I don't know.
Oh, Jess Everett.
Jess Everett. Yeah, I was just listing my favorites.
Yeah, Jess is good. He won the voice competition at Tacoma Comedy Club.
Of course, Paul Goodwin, but I still think Paul Goodwin cheats because he's got that beautiful voice that no matter what, you will be sucked into it and you will listen to him.
Look at that spiral of my smoke.
How is it?
That's great.
This is a educational channel. We do try to deal with certain issues and stuff. I thought it was cool that I'm no longer a stoner man and I'm more of a stoner hashtag. Whatever. But I'll say this too, when I think about it, like when you're young or whatever, when you get into it, we used to smoke, an eighth was like a serving size. You just always had it and just smoke bowl after bowl after bowl after bowl. And now I get so high, like surprised. I was surprised myself. The other day I just instinctively took a hit while I was out back throwing the ball at work. And I go back inside and just like all of a sudden I'm just like, oh my fucking God, I'm so high. It's like me with a fifth of Jaeger. Like, did I need to drink a fifth of Jaeger? No, believe it or not, it's Jägermeister. 1 or 2 shots, you feel great. 10 or 14 shots, you're annihilated.
I do miss doing Jaeger bombs.
See, I did the Jaeger bombs for a little while, and then I just did Jaeger. They had to legally splash Red Bull on the top of an 8-ounce pint glass, but Gypsy, come here, baby.
You knew Jaeger Bomb Night was going to have some little adventures.
Oh, Jaeger, yeah, at 3 a.m. in the morning when you're trying to pass out, you cut all your hair off. That was my little adventure. You do this so that I'll come to you, but I'm not going to. Go lay down. You're fine.
I'm excited about this show because I'm not on it, I don't think. So I could sit back and enjoy the Dope Show at the Roxy Theater instead of trying to host. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love being on the show. I love hosting the show. But every now and then, it's nice just to sit back and watch the fucking show. Every now and then.
All work, no fucking play, make Joey a dog.
I mean, I'm still going to get the green room lit with snacks and drinks and get the most high-quality joints that I can get, which are usually Hazy Days, hashtag, and blunts.
No, you always pull it off, and you always have great shows, but those shows where you're working and playing, dude, I always feel bad for you, man. That's 2 completely different mindsets. You know what I mean? There was a great story being told about you. They're like, I forgot to bring him his ranch. And, he dumped all of his mushrooms into the aioli sauce. And he was like, well, fuck it. My mushrooms are already in them. I guess I've used them.
Yeah.
You got to be very careful around Joe Rogers if you dip something into anything he's eating, or you might have a different night than you anticipated.
True.
How are the mushrooms working for you, bro? Are they helping you with your mental... I mean, you're getting through this. I mean, you've got some insane lineups going on.
Yeah. I mean, it keeps me relaxed. It keeps me happy. Fights my depression. Fights my anxiety.
And you're eating like, what, a quarter at a time? Or no. Microdosing.
Yeah, just a quarter of a gram at a time, usually. Maybe 2, maybe a half a gram. every now and then. But the crazy thing is that what 6 weeks of meditation used to do for me, now 6 days of microdosing does what 6 weeks of meditation does. It's insane. The benefits that are in mushrooms.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, we've always known that. Like we've done it. Mind you, again, another thing where, you didn't eat a quarter of them and go balls out. Maybe you did, though. That's a big reset for the brain.
Eaten that much. But
oh,
it's funny because Alice, and the other day, she goes, "Are you on mushrooms?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "I could tell because you got that shitty grin on your face." Yeah. And I'm like, that's what it's about right there, Just, it makes you...
You tell me how that's any worse. Oh, it's not. It's actually a completely bullshit question, because what they give you for depression and for all of this shit and anxiety destroys every aspect of you as a human being. It destroys your personality. It destroys your body. It's got side effects, and it goes away. You eventually have to abilify and add on and build this fucking structured wall against what? Life? Life is fucking a nightmare, man, and it sucks. But it's also the most goddamn beautiful thing in the world, because it's life. There's no... Once that's done, it's done. There's no more.
Well, here's the problem.
Oh, here we go. We got a Here's the Problem from Joe Rogers. Here's our... And 3, 2, 1.
Where our society is right now. We prescribe things to people. We actually chemically make pills to have an effect on your brain chemically to try to rewire or fix what's going on. But you can't just take those medications and then stop. There are negative side effects to those medications.
Because it's literally rewiring and changing chemicals in your brain.
And just experimenting with these rewirings. And it's fucking people up.
And it takes a long time to affect you, too.
Yeah, and the pharmaceutical company is doing this because they know that there's money in it. Whereas mushrooms that grow out of the earth naturally don't have any negative side effects. They aren't addictive.
There aren't withdrawals. As us.
But it also does a lot of the chemical work that the brain needs to kind of help itself and fix itself and get out of these funks of depression.
That's the key terms there, is help itself and fix itself. These chemicals come in like, we're going to knock down the supporting wall. They got sledgehammers. Yeah. And once the damage is done, the damage is done. And now you find out you need another beam. I guarantee you there are lists of, we start them on this, and it branches off to this, and then it branches out to this to do that, and then this, and this. And that's your whole life. And then also the anxiety that it causes. The one time they ever did that was when I first started having my crippling anxiety. This was in the 90s. They called you a pussy, get back to work. And one doctor kind of talked me out of it because... Anyways, my point is that when I was on that shit, it was like, I have a very active brain. It never shuts up. But it didn't shut up either. It was just like somebody put like a glass over the voices. So you're like in the back of my head. And all I could focus on was that. And then now I'm watching these pills and like, when am I going to run out? I got to make sure I get these. What happens if I can't get these? We have an entire society that if shit goes down and they can't get their medication, well, they're not going to be a problem. Or they're going to be a huge problem. No, I never trusted that. And I've seen it with people. I've seen them go on those and it's all great and it's all groovy, man. 90% of that shit is less than 100 years old, which means it's only been affecting one generation. That was our parents got on that shit, and we are fucked up. We have more immune disorders and everything else. Mushrooms are micronic. What is it? The mushroom, micronic.
Mycelium.
Thank you, big word guy. God, I love this dude. Those are, it's close enough for anybody. With any of our watchers, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. Tell us your experiences with how these things have helped you out on the podcast show. Anyways.
Biggest thing. Go ahead.
Well, I already lost what I was saying because I was trying to do that, and I don't remember. I remember halfway through what you were saying.
Biggest thing that no one's also talking about is when you are prescribed things like antidepressants from the doctor, it can have negative side effects on your genders and make it more difficult for you to feel what's going on down there, which makes it harder for you to have things like orgasms. And if you're a woman, it's already hard enough to have a man fucking give you an orgasm in the first place.
Which is going to depress you even more.
Exactly. It's like, Jesus Christ, can't get you off.
No, man, there's no...
And mushrooms do the opposite. They actually make your gender area more tingly and more sensitive.
Gender area.
Yeah.
Is this like breath? Joe's coming up with his own way to describe things again.
That's a good joint, bro.
Dude, I'm stoned off my Miracle Alien cookies.
And,
no, it's fascinating. It's literally nature at its best. And like anything else, it can be abused and misused, but the side effects of it, even if you eat an ounce of mushrooms and have the biggest mind fucked warped, and I've done this, literally not sure which side of the mirror you're on because some asshole had an entire fucking mirror for a wall. Go away and come back. The next day you might feel tired, but at the same time, there's always this lightness. There's a lightness. And, you know, the only reason why all of this isn't as it has been for thousands of years with shamans and medicine is because of our current medicine and drug wars and all of that shit. It's so stupid when any idiot could eat and feel better. And acid, not the same. Acid is a man-made chemical. You don't know what the fuck is in there. Yeah, it's real hard to add fentanyl to mushrooms too. You're like, why? Unless you're buying them ground up from somebody. But still, it's a safe drug. It's a natural drug. It's of us. We are the same thing. It's one of the first and early. All those spores and shit come from fucking space, and it's all here. We're all the same. I sound like some fucking hippie because I'm high right now and I can't think.
When I was like 21 or 22, I went to the doctor to get a physical because I was having weird pains in my chest, but not heart related, more lung related. And I guess part of the physical that you do is you get a finger up your butt. And so that was a surprise to me because I was going in there for something.
It always is.
But
do they do the fetal position or the bend over position?
Bend over.
Oh, fetal's way worse, bro. You feel like a baby.
But I'm like, can I just bend over? That's what I said. But,
yeah, no, get it in there.
And then he had me fill out a 10-question survey about how I'm feeling. And then after this 10-question survey, he tried to give me an antidepressant. I'm like, how are you going to give me a pill to battle depression after doing a 10-question survey?
First off, you give me the pill before you stick your finger
Yeah, exactly.
up my butt.
At least offer something before you stick your finger up there. I'm not even there for that. Oh, your prostate's fine. No shit, I'm 21
By
years
the way,
old.
guys, get your prostate checked as soon as you turn 40. It's
I
not
haven't had
50.
my prostate checked since, so I probably should. You're right. Fucking
No, find a guy with big, strong hands,
Men's
somebody that
health.
can palm a ball. You're only
Yeah,
going to get
for
one
sure.
shot of this. You know, do it right.
Yeah.
Mine, I had a lady that looked like she was from Lithuania, like the dodgeball chick with the bangs, and she had a mask on with rubber duckies on it, and she was like 6'3" and just stood in the corner, and you could see by her eyes that she was laughing the whole time because this doctor's like, he was brutal. He won't return my calls. Comedy and Kitsap, motherfuckers. What's up?
Yeah, so come out to the Roxy Theater this Saturday, October 22nd. Doors at 7, show at 8. Great lineup of comedians for you. The dope show is always a lot of fun. Comedians do a sober set, and then they go get super high and come back and attempt a high set.
What you want to do as a bonus, not only buy merchandise and make sure you support the venue, but you want to find the comedians that don't smoke pot normally after the show and see how they're doing. Check on your local comedian because sometimes they might be huddled up in a corner crying, or sometimes they might just be wandering the street insane, and we'll never see them again until the next time when they're walking by with a baby cart.
As Tyler would say, that second set is not guaranteed.
Not at all. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Also, if you're bored this Wednesday, I'll be headlining or featuring at the open mic at Remedies. Hopefully I get to do it in the middle thing.
Yeah, that's tomorrow, October 19th. Remedy Speakeasy. Sign up at 8:30. Mike at 9 p.m. Rott will be featuring.
That puts a lot of pressure on you to edit this one down and get it done today.
I'm not editing this shit, bro.
Are you just putting it out?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Raw. He likes it raw now.
There's no time to edit anything.
15-second clips. Rockcast. YouTube /ROTTCASTS. It's all you need to know. If you can't work the internet past that, I don't need your subscription. I'm sorry. But get your grandma to sign up and your uncle and any people you know. Just make an account real quick. Just get my numbers up, guys. I get there. I start making money doing this. I will change the fucking world. I've been waiting my whole fucking life for this. And I've been darkly depressed, even by my standards, for about a year now. And I'm coming out of that like this. So we're going to come at you, motherfuckers. But having a bunch of money from some entity in the sky would be really nice to help out, be able to do this stuff. And smoke weed every day if you want. And if you don't, then you don't. Look into and research better mental health. Also, go exercise. Go breathe, man. The great time is coming for us local Washingtonians and for many people in our country. It's not easy. Walk, just go walk, walk, and breathe the fresh air and stare at water, and remember that we all die anyway. So calm the fuck down.
Yes, but to be alive in the moment is the only thing that we have, and it's something we all have together, and it's important to love one another and to understand one another and to assume that everybody's struggle is more than your own.
And now that last part of that, you were good, but stop giving a fuck about other people. You need to worry about yourself and the people you love. Everybody else out there, they made their own decisions. They're not loving themselves enough. That's why they're not loving anybody, and their moms won't let them into their houses. No. And that finding yourself in that moment thing is so fucking important. Think about it. After you get off work, you're not even really alone because you're in your thoughts from the day of work you had or all the shit you got to do and all that bills. But you go out somewhere, and if you see a baby fucking deer while you're standing next to a sparkling fucking lake, dude, it's going to do something to you. You're going to be like, oh my God, I am overreacting to everything. Breathe. Always breathe. Standing in line, do 10 fucking breaths. When you're in the bathroom, do it there. That's a real soldier. Now you're smelling somebody else's shit, but you're breathing it in and you're breathing out the shit. Fucking health, man. Because all of a sudden one day you might not be able to walk, or your body hurts all over for no reason.
Or your dick falls off.
Yeah, I'm going to do a podcast when I cut out sugars here soon, and we'll see how fucking nice I really can be to you motherfuckers.
Just remember that we're all floating on a rock and we're all connected.
Only because of the rock thing, though. See, I completely disagree with that hippie shit. People are assholes and monsters and selfish now. And I'm saying be more selfish, but for the right reasons.
There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves.
God damn it. How many mushrooms did you eat before I got here?
None. That's all.
What's the most that you have microdosed at once? Were you having a particularly bad day and said, man, I really need this? Do you do it more as a regimen now?
I've macro dosed a few times.
Macrodose. I think one time you did a show where you were like, hey man, I gotta say, that show you did where you just freeballed it at the fucking
Remedies?
No, down the street, Dog Days.
Last Friday?
Might have been a Friday before that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were just high. It was where you came up with all the butthole stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of chocolate butthole stuff. But
yeah, that's on YouTube.
That was great because I don't really ever have seen you just free flow. It's funny as though because his end message throughout all of it is that hippy dippy fucking love each other bullshit and everything's just a joke, but he tells it in some pretty goddamn awful ways. And he used to eat mercury as a kid, man. We're not going to have this guy long.
I didn't eat it. I played with it in my hand, and it seeped into my blood.
Oh, that's way better. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We'll get a 15-second clip to the Mercury channel. Is my friend going to die before he hits 50? All right.
If I make it to 50, I'll be lit, bro.
Bro, I'm going to tell you what, it's quicker than you think, and you're not. No.
I'll take my time getting there.
Because now I could just see 60 right there. Right fucking there, man. It's not even over a hill anymore. It's like a whoop,
What's
60.
tripping me out is I'm outliving my friends.
Yeah.
That's tripping me out.
It gets yeah,
it's weird. Life is great. Life is grand.
It really is, dude, no matter what. And even if it sucks, you're still sucking in life, and life is good. Now, there's a difference between life sucks and shit happens, and then you sucking to where it causes life to suck, and then you not accepting responsibility for that.
There's nothing better than being alive. That's for sure. Even on a bad day, there's still nothing better.
I wouldn't mind $1 million. I mean, that would last, a week? If you did anything, even responsibly, like
with inflation
invest,
the way it is.
Yeah. And buy me a nice 1-bedroom
I
studio.
spend $1 million in a day, bro.
Dude, yeah, no, it's literally the
get a house, get a car,
studio.
Get a boat.
How does the studio not the first thing you said?
Oh, the studio is in the house. Studio is the basement.
House. Yeah, we live in one room.
Buy a house with a basement, then turn that into a studio / man cave / theater. Fuck, dude. If you gave me $1 million, I would come up with the most legit pad, and I wouldn't invite anybody.
Every time I leave Remedies, I look at that one building right across the street there that's got that little office space just sitting there.
Nothing.
Cookies is for sale.
I saw that.
The whole building.
Like, that would be a great poker room.
It'd be a great everything.
I don't know about that.
Dude, I know restaurants.
Maybe figure out why the bathroom always smells like piss.
No. You'd have to dump $1 million in to clean all that. All that shit's 80 years old. That's
You're better
why.
off just tearing that shit down.
Yeah, you rebuild it. It's really not that hard.
There.
You get all the loans and shit. You'll never pay them back for like 50 years, but it works out. Restaurants can make $1 million a year if you have dentists run them. Anyways, Dennis the Cripple. I need more wheelchair ramps on our next episode. Wheelchair ramps, and why am I so scared that I don't see enough of them?
All right, well, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of the podcast show. Thanks for watching this unedited version because I don't have time in my life to edit out the silly stuff. We're just going to leave it in there. And the point of this episode was to talk about Rockcast 2.0 online. Follow and subscribe to him.
No, it's just Rockcast. The problem is if I say Rockcast 2.0, it doesn't. I don't know.
Okay.
Get confused.
Look it up, Rockcast, and also the podcast show and Comedy and Kids while you're at it. And if you want to, go give the Dope Show a follow. They got a bunch of followers. They post shows all the time, all over the Pacific Northwest. Tyler Smith just got doing a show in Hawaii, of all places.
Nice.
So that's pretty fucking legit. So he'll be coming to your town soon. He's expanding. So check it out. The Dope Show,
Alaska.
Comedy and Kids podcast show, and Rockcast. All right. Love you. Have a good night.
Subscribe, like, follow, comment. Comment, comment, comment.